Alright, so what's up guys? So we are out here on another run, out here doing this craziness, trying to not get hit by a car, right? Keep our mental state good, because if we do, then it won't be so good, but it'll be hurt. And you know, for you really gotta think about that, right? Because going throughout your day-to-day business, a big part of it is not just the money you're making, right? Promotions, success, fame, whatever you're after, right? A big thing of it is your mental state, right? How happy are you, right? How fulfilled are you? And you know, oftentimes that is so much more important than, I'd even say, those worldly goods that you obtain, right? That money might be feeding you and your family, right? And getting you nice, expensive things. But, you know, if your mind isn't there, you essentially are losing, right? You might as well keep up, right? Figure out a new approach. And, you know, don't worry, because we're gonna give you 4 things that improve your mental state, right? Direct actions that you could take in order to get there, right? To get on your way towards improving your mental state and, you know, working to be the best you. So without further ado, first tip, easy one, is to meditate, right? Far too many of us don't like to do that, right? We see it as a waste of time, right? Why would I sit alone in the quiet and do nothing, right? That's what they look at it as. And for many of us, that is, for many of us, as we lost our train of thought, for many of us, damn it, you know, we may not see the light in it, right? Because I'll tell you, the majority of the world doesn't meditate, right? They don't take into consideration its potential benefits and so forth, right? And there's a long list of them. Plenty of great things happen when you meditate, right? Your mind gets clear of all the BS, right? You start to gain confidence because you realize that you don't need so much stuff to make you happy. You can simply sit alone and have nothing and be at a great state, right? Be preoccupied, right? You don't need to be distracted every 5 seconds, right? The way that society is turning towards. And, you know, for you, really consider that, right? Understand that meditation, right? And you don't have to go full on monk mode, right? Meditate for hours a day. You don't have to do that, but do it 5-10 minutes a day. And believe me, everyone has 5 to 10 minutes a day to do that. But if you do, if you say that you don't, you're simply lying, right? Because all of us have time to use our phones. All of us have time to use the toilet. All of us, you know, have time to eat and so forth. Right? You get it. So if you have time to do those things, why not do one of the greatest tasks for your mental well-being? That is to meditate, right? Push the BS aside, right? That doubt, you know, as far as its benefits, and really do it, right? Like Nike, just do it, and you will start to see radical improvement in the quality of your mental health, mental well-being, right? Something far too many people neglect, right? They don't worry about, right? They think they're too good for. And you know, this even coincides with point number 2, and that is to get help, right? Whether it may be professional help or sometimes even a best friend to talk to, right? Somebody, right? If you don't have that, obviously get a professional, right? They're there for everyone. There's hotlines, whatever you gotta do, but you know, find someone to talk to, right? Because all of us have ups and downs, right? It's life, right? The ups can feel great, right? Anybody can deal with them, but when you have those down times, those sad periods where it feels like all hell is breaking loose and you lost all hope and so forth, right? You can, lose your ability to keep going, right? It can feel horrible, and that's only going to lead to more feelings of that, right? Because by you feeling bad and giving up and not doing those things, you're going to miss out on the opportunities that would be available to you had you kept going, right? Because if you stop going to work, you're going to stop getting paid. If you stop working out, you're going to stop seeing those results in your body and so forth. So by avoiding that cycle, by avoiding that loop that so many people fall into, you are going to be on your way to feeling good, right? Because the success is going to make you feel better, right? That loop, that domino effect, right? One good thing you do today hits another domino and leads to you doing another great thing, right? Off of that high, that rush you get from achieving it, right? You keep doing those great things and getting more and more success, and before you know it, you're unstoppable, you're invincible, right? You're at a point where so many people, almost admire you, right? You're in a flow state, they call it, right? Essentially, if one term that's been thrown around in the pickup community, right? If you're a pickup artist or aspiring one, right? Is that flow state, right? When that pickup artist is able to go, and go up to any girl or whoever they want and feel at ease, feel that confidence. And, it may not be that they're the most good looking or famous person in the world, but that magnetism that they have from that success is only going to lead to more of it. Hi, it is our third tip, right? Fall into it, right? Fall forward. Use your past successes to drive you forward. Remember who you are. Remember where you came from, right? And don't necessarily do it from a place of ego, right? One, to where you can do no wrong and you only deserve the best, right? Nobody owes you anything, right? Think of everything that people have given you throughout your life as a gift, right? It was nice enough of them to do that for you, but did they have to do it? No. And if they didn't do it, guess what? They're still okay, right? The only bad things, the only damages you'd be doing to yourself would be mentally, right? Thinking the worst of it, right? And that's something that you and only you do to yourself, right? That destruction, right? Because people can't take away your happiness, right? That's so crucial, because so many of us put our trust and our faith into other people, right? Whether or not they give us a promotion, whether or not they accept us, right? As a lover, as a potential employee, and so forth, right? We look at them, their acceptance or rejection, as a direct reflection of us. And, that can be so wrong, because their acceptance or rejection can mean very little or have very little to do with us, right? So don't get caught up in it, right? There's going to be more opportunities in the future, so keep going, keep showing up, do your part, right? Because that's all you can control. And that's something that you really want to consider. And this is thing number 4, and that is to only worry about the things that you can control. Right? For so many of us, we wish we were taller, or if we're too tall, we wish we were shorter, or we wish our face looked differently, or we wish that we were born athletic, right? So many of us have things that we wish we had, but oftentimes it's stuff that you can't control, right? It's in the hands of someone else, God, or whoever you believe in, right? Other than that, you can do nothing about it, right? Only work with what you have, right? Making the most of it. because only from then will you be able to work and get better and start to see improvements and start to improve your well-being and essentially improve your mental state. Right? Because far too often so many people, you know, feel bad and get into these loops of sadness over things that they can't control, right? Their childhood upbringing and so forth. But regardless of where you came from, make the most of it, right? Turn it into something that fuels you, right? Not, you know, drains you, right? Like oftentimes when we can go running, the sun can drain us and make us feel tired. But if we look at the sun as something, you know, that can give us energy for the next time, right? Because if we know that if we run in this heat, well, it may feel bad today, we know tomorrow we're better able at handling it. Our body's that much stronger. So just the fact of the way that you look at it matters so much for your mental well-being. So, you know, we hope you enjoy these 4 things to improve your mental well-being. Thank you very much, as always, and goodbye.